If you're one of these people that never go out, just go to work, pick the kids up, go to the shops, and then get back quick as you can to get other chores done, or to just sit down and do nothing. And what I mean by out into nature, so that you get a feel and a sense of who you are. To put into perspective how you fit into the scheme of this wonderful world. Because anybody who spent any time outdoors, especially or more like on their own, more than with other people, they'll start saying that they can feel it. They start to understand what it's all about. The mountains make you feel one way, the lakes, the rivers, the streams, the paths through the countryside or through the wilderness, all build up inside of who you are and turn you into something that you wasn't when you was an urban disciple. When you look at the sky, the big sky, and you see the mountains in the distance, how small they look all that way, and then you realise that how small you are compared to those distant mountains. But it is about the feel. It's about what it does for you and what changes can build by changing the way thoughts are controlled. It directs my thoughts. It changes my thoughts. Once what was a decision about this and that, time spent in the wilderness, in nature, well, some of those decisions and choices may change, may mutate into other thoughts, other vibrations, other rhythms, because that's what nature does. It reacts with you. You react with nature. The ebbs and flows of tides govern menstrual cycles and tides. So, of course, all nature will impact the way you think about things. And that's what nature is about. Enjoying it, bear withing it when it's stormy and you're walking across the middle of nowhere with no shelter. You're getting drenched through and blown off your feet, but you keep going. And that kind of thing makes you stronger. Many times when I've been in the middle of nowhere and night time comes and you realise, wow, I'm in the middle of this forest on my own, and those little thoughts start to creep in. Ooh, what was that noise? Was that footsteps? What if a gang of this, or what if some madman, you know? And you can amuse yourself, because you know that is definitely within your mind. Thoughts like that are all within your mind, because the proof is nothing's happening to you in the middle of those woods at the night at the moment you're thinking them, but your mind is starting to create fear, create circumstance, what isn't there. And nature gives you the experience to realise that all the things that you fear, that you're afraid of, that you're stressed over, work, relationships, some illnesses somebody's got or yourself, those are all in your mind. Those are all what ifs. But when you're out here and you've not seen anybody all day, or in some cases for weeks, you start to be camouflaged with nature. It starts to hide those thoughts. You start to be more closely related with the world in which you live, the real world. Not the buildings and chimneys and shopping and material wealth. Not that, but the real nature world. The plants, the animals, the birds, the bees, the mammals, the odd person who's just like you, enjoying it, experiencing it. And there, of course, there are different levels. There's extreme cases in which I do quite often. Just get out there, disappear. No one knows where you are, no one knows anything. You're just on your own, taking your own chances, your own risks. No one's responsible for anything you do except yourself. And it alerts your senses. You start seeing better at night. You start thinking more efficiently and economically with how you do things, how you go about doing things. Because mistakes here in the fake world could cost you everything in the real reality. Doesn't matter if you're thirsty in urban terra firma, because you can just go to the tap or the fridge and get some water or another liquid. But when you're out here, when you're alone out here, just as dusk falls at the moment, but when you're out here, if you've not got enough water, in your bag or enough water to drink, well, you could be in trouble, depending on where you are. Some places you can go to, there's people within a mile or two, 3 or 4 miles, but there's some places which are nearly inaccessible. And if things go wrong there, when you're on your own, anything could be a mini crisis. So you can't afford that. So you need to think efficiently. You need to do things in the right order. You can't forget anything. And that is what nature helps you do. It helps you focus your mind onto what's important, and then the other stuff, it just blurs out into nothingness, and you realise that none of it really mattered. And when you've done your expedition, or a couple of hours, or days, or weeks, or even a month or two, when you've alerted your senses that a change has happened, and then obviously most people need to get back to their friends and family, jobs and careers, because obviously they're more important, not the jobs or the careers, but the people you love, you need to get back to. But what it does, it's like a computer defrag, if people remember those things. What cleans your hard drives. Many computers don't use that now because it's all digital, SSD. Or a reboot, a refresh, like refreshing the page on a computer when things aren't working correctly. Refresh the page, everything's like new again. Same with your mind. Go into nature, have a defrag, a reboot, a refresh, turn the computer on and off as it fixes a problem. Yes, jobs are good and we're off. We feel like new. And that is what nature can do for me. And I am you, and we all live in this reality, and it's here to experience.